There are only two sources of income: money at work or people at work. What the wealthy have figured out is exactly how to put money to work. Let me tell you exactly the role of life insurance and how that could potentially be the money at work for you. You see, there are two types of life insurance policies eventually. One of them is called a whole life permanent, and the other one is called a term policies. The difference between the two is your term policy is pure protection. It has no cash to it. It's like you're renting an apartment, and eventually you move out. Eventually it expires and you have nothing. If you die within the term, it pays. If you didn't die within the term, you lost it all. On the permanent policy, on the other hand, you have a life insurance that stays with you forever. It builds cash value. So let me talk about the permanent policies and how the wealthy people use that to create wealth. You see, when it comes to life insurance, I'll give you the example of the Rockefellers. What they did is they cover each member of their families, and then they use a trust as an instrument, and that trust became the beneficiary of the policies. So at each member of the family was dying, what they simply did, the trust got paid, then they took money from the trust, and then they used the money to bury their loved ones, etc. One thing else they did too was they also used that money to invest in other ventures like the railroads and etc., real estate. And then obviously their wealth blew up. That's one example of using life insurance to create wealth. Now, in your case, let's say you're not a Rockefeller, I'm not a Rockefeller. So how can we do that? It's very simple. You could buy a life insurance policy and you could use the life insurance policy as BYOB, meaning be your own bank. So rather than having to pay interest to somebody else, guess who you pay interest to? You pay yourself the interest. Because you see, guys, the rules that governs money is very precise. It's not complicated at all. And the rules simply say it's either you're making interest or you're paying somebody else interest. That's it. There's no debate. So what the wealthy people have figured out is, how do I make interest on my money? So if you go to the bank to borrow money from the bank will charge you 10, 12, 15%, whatever it is they charge you, they keep the interest. If you use the life insurance policies, you could put money in there, it grows for you. And then that money that grows for you, eventually, guess what happened? You're making your own interest on your own money. So if you go to borrow your money, that money automatically, the interest you're getting, it goes back into your account. Now, guess what you're doing? You're paying yourself your own interest back. In the event that you die, what happened to you? Automatically, whatever debt that you own, the life insurance policies goes to wipe it out. This is a very simple concept, and it's an easy way for anybody to start, regardless of your financial status. You see, information is critical, and the execution of information is even better. I say this all the time. Most people have only one problem. It's called the problem of delay, inability to make decisions or execute. That's why I say procrastination is the assassination of all destinations, because whatever it is you're trying to do today, why delay for tomorrow? Tomorrow is reserved for the labor of the lazy. So I highly suggest, if you're listening to this resonates with you, there is no need for you to waste time. Just go ahead and DM me in order to learn more. Book an appointment so you can learn more. It is time for you to become financially free, and you deserve it too.